Slim Hardaway Southern T, back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. We here for a good time, not a long time. We gonna do a chill session a little later, but I want to drop in and drop this tad bit of an informational tea on you. You know what I mean? It had been rumors, this week about Regis Prograis signing to Matchroom. Earlier this week, Regis Prograis came out and then he said not true, right? But as of I guess as of last night or yesterday morning, Regis Prograis he has came on around and he actually did sign to Matchroom in the zone. Right, we talked about it briefly on Southern T. Right, we had a little difference of opinion. Right, I feel like he signed to Matchroom in the wrong because he been fighting a bunch of Reach Prograis has been scratching and clawing for the most of his career, right? He's been with this promotion company, that promotion company. He's been he's been it's been it's been documented, right? Reach Prograis hadn't even been paid for a certain amount of his fights over time, right? So when a guy like Regis Prograis, he finally puts the bag, in front of him, right? I don't knock Regis Prograis, for signing to the zone. It wouldn't have been necessarily my first choice, right? Maybe there's better fights, on the PBC and whatnot. But Regis Prograis is an older guy. This is prize fighting, right? So it's time for Regis Prograis to get the bag. So I completely understood it, right? That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is why would you sign to the zone when the best guys at the 140-pound division are on PBC and top rank and whatnot, right? So you have some people who feel like Regis Prograis signing to the zone may have been a quote unquote right duck move or whatnot because you got guys like Sabrina Matias in the division. You got Rolly Romero and Alberto Pulio right about to fight this week for the WBA strap, and then you got uh guys like prospects like Gary Antoine Russell who's in that division, right? None of which was good. Daniel Berry Sports, my guy Big Test, my girl Just Jazz. None of which right are signed to the zone. So it's fair to question, right? Why would Regis Prograis sign to the zone when the big fights, aren't over at the zone, right? But so Regis Prograis officially has signed to the zone. Was good, beautiful. Appreciate you starting to do this now. Glad you can make it. So Regis Prograis has officially signed to Regis Prograis has officially, signed to the zone, right? And I was wondering, right, just like everybody else, right? I'm wondering, just like everybody else, pretty sure that they wonder, like, who is Regis Prograis going to compete with? Who is Regis Prograis going to fight with at the zone? Like I had, like I was stating, there's not a whole lot of, good. No, there aren't any champions at the 140-pound division on the zone, right? The zone doesn't have the most stacked 140-pound division. They have Richardson Hitchison, right? So maybe we get a Richardson Hitchison versus, Regis Prograis type fight out of that, right? But they don't have a whole lot of, big names over there on the zone. But, this just in, which is what we're here for today, which is what I'm here for right now, right? Regis Prograis just signed over there to the zone. And also coming down the pipe, coming straight up from Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is now in talks with Sabrina Matias. Sabrina Matias is the current IBF champion at the 140-pound division. Sabrina Matias, he just got the IBF belt in his win over Jeremiah Ponce. Stoppage wins over Jeremiah Ponce. Jeremiah Ponce had never been stopped in his career. Him and Sabrina Matias, they fought in about March, if I'm not mistaken. Sabrina Matias was successful in this fight, and he became the IBF 140-pound champion. Sabrina Matias went straight to calling out, Regis Prograis after his victory, and I said, I like, I like that from Sabrina Matias, right? You got a guy in Sabrina Matias who is hard for him to really get fights, right? Then you got a guy like Regis Prograis, right, who is hard for him to really get fights, right? I say when you got two guys like that, those two guys, are bound to fight one another. When Regis Prograis originally signed to the zone earlier this week, it caused some pause. It caused some people to pause a little bit because it seemed like that the fight may be in jeopardy. The unification fight with Prograis and Matias may be in jeopardy, given the rumor, right, of Regis going to the zone. Well, now you got Eddie Hearn. Now you got Eddie Hearn coming out and saying, not only do I want to sign, now you got Eddie Hearn coming out saying, not only am I going to sign Regis Prograis, I'm actively seeking signage of Sabril Matias also. And the reason that he wants to sign Sabril Matias and Regis Prograis is because he wants to put on, that big unification fight at the 140-pound division. The zone just recently signed Regis Prograis. Everybody want to see that Sabril Matias versus Regis Prograis fight. It kind of feel like these two guys have been on a collision course, you know what I mean, for a minute now. Now that both guys are on the zone. Well, now that Regis Prograis is on the zone, and Eddie Hearn has made it be known that he's actively seeking Sabril Matias. That should give us a little more. That should give us, a little more something forward to look, a little more something to look forward to when it comes to Regis Prograis and Sabril Matias. Right, I was talking to my guy D Free. He said, "Why would Regis Prograis go sign to the zone?" Right, and he had just said that nobody in the division wants to fight him. Matias come out and say he want to fight him, and then he go over and sign to the zone, and Matias isn't on the zone. Right, I said, give him, a little more time. Let's see what he do next. I'm expecting him to have, a relaxed type of fight right next, and then maybe him have another, big fight. He's coming off a string of extremely tough fights, right? So him getting a little cool down, a little calm down fight in between there, a tighter defense. I'm not mad at it. And if Eddie Hearn has his way, which Eddie Hearn really doesn't have a problem, signing boxers. We all remember Eddie Hearn came down here. We all remember Eddie Hearn came when Eddie Hearn first got here, right? And he went on that mad signing spree. So for the most part, right? For the most part, if Eddie Hearn, wants a boxer, he pretty much signs him. We could remember him not hitting on Wilder. We remember him not hitting on AB. But the reason Eddie Hearn is so, successful at signing these boxers, Eddie Hearn tends to overpay, you know what I mean, boxers. So if Eddie Hearn came and offered Prograis that check, I have no problem. I mean, finally, getting his just due and getting his check, because he's the guy, as I stated, he always took the hard route. I remember Regis Prograis fighting outside, right? Regis Prograis just had a fight not too long ago. He's checked fight. Now, eventually, they worked it out like a couple. But crazy dude multiple times who has said that he's getting ring and had not been paid after a fight. So we just probably going over there to Matchroom and the Zone, because Matchroom and the Zone tends to have paying their boxes. So I don't got no problem with Regis Prograis, especially now that he said my thing. Especially now that it's being talked about. That Sabril Matias is there as well. So we gonna be on lookout to see exactly what transpired from this Sabril Matias Regis Prograis situation. You got Regis Prograis on the Zone. You got Eddie Hearn actively seeking Sabril Matias. I hope that Eddie Hearn pull this off so we can get this unification fight that I want, that the boxing need, that the divisions want. Sabril Matias and Regis Prograis are two of, if not the two best guys at 140. Right, you got Josh Taylor down there being undisputed champion, right? But you got Jack Catterall who possibly beat Josh Taylor. So is it Jack Catterall, right? Is it Regis Prograis who possibly beat, you know what I mean, Josh Taylor? Is it Sabril Matias, right? Couple guys down there, but Sabril Matias and Regis Prograis most definitely, are two of the best guys at 140. I'm interested to see exactly how this thing shake out. But I ain't gonna keep y'all in this thing too long. I ain't even put my description in this video too. I noticed that I ain't even put my description in. I'm bullshitting on that. But I appreciate y'all folks sliding through there. Y'all catch me on the chill session. We got to get these bets. We gonna get it in. Skin the heart all the way 7T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But just the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out.